So today on the bench we have a Thermaltake Toughpower GF3 850 watt. This is a brand new power supply that my dad bought me as a gift. Well, it came as eWaste from the factory because Thermaltake sent the wrong kit with it. So every single connector is wrong. It uses Molex microfit, and these are all mini fit junior, so I mean you can't plug it in. Well, since it was a gift, I obviously didn't have the receipt, and so I talked with Thermaltake's RMA department and they refused warranty on it. They actually voided my warranty. They sent me an email that said your warranty is void because it was a gift and you do not have a receipt. I even offered to send them back this cable kit at my cost to switch to one that would work with the supply, and they still refused. So they left me no choice but to buy Minifit Junior connectors from my supplier. I use Mouser, so I bought Minifit Junior connectors to re-crimp every single connector on this power supply. And fortunately it works. Can't really see it too well, but the fan is spinning because I have it turned on. I mean, it looks sketchy, and it is sketchy, but it works. So for the next few hours, I'm going to be crimping pins one by one and converting every single connector from microfit to minifit junior, because I am not giving Thermaltake another dime of my money. And to double it up, I have another 600 watt. Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it? Cannot find it. Ah, here we go. Another 600 watt that I just bought about 5 months ago, and this thing is bad too. It turns on, it'll power a PC for a few hours, and then it hiccups and it shuts off. I've tried it on several different computers, and it does the same thing. So, I won't bore you with this, because this is going to take hours, but what makes it a lot easier if you get one of these Milwaukee crimpers, they work amazing. I mean, cable cutters, the crimper not so much, because it's just a generic Chinese wool fat, but it works in a pinch. So I'll be back when I have at least a few of these crimped, and we can test this power supply properly to make sure that it actually works more than just the fan spin test. Alright, so several days later, I had some other stuff to do, and I had to come back to this earlier tonight. So I've managed to finish crimping. These two are for the ATX power connector. This up here is for SATA, and I also did one for the old Molex, which is hiding here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so did a Molex, did CPU power and one PCIe, and I'm not going to redo all of the cables. I'll just do them as I need them, because it does take a bit of time. The ATX connector was an absolute nightmare because I couldn't find, and maybe it's out there somewhere, a pinout diagram, so I had to probe every single one. Well, the normal rails were fine, but finding power good and standby was a bit of a problem. They're all on here, the second connector, and they're not really immediately obvious, so I had to do some probing and wire shuffling, because I did get some wires backwards, but it all worked out in the end. But you may notice there is a blue wire here, and the blue wire is because Thermaltake has the minus 12 volt rail on their power supply, but they didn't bring it out to the connector, so I had to run an extra wire for that. And minus 12 volts isn't really relevant on modern systems. It is relevant on older systems with the PCI bus, and even older systems with ISA slots. Well, I'm probably not going to use it on something that old, but I may use it with something with the PCI slot, and cards, like sound cards, use it for biasing. And if it's missing, you may have strange issues with sound not working correctly. And I'm sure there's some other cards too that use minus 12 volts. So really stupid on Thermaltake's parts. Like, why would you put the rail in there and not bring it out to the board? Maybe it's cost cutting on their part, but whatever. So the ETX, that one took a while. Once I started getting to the smaller connectors, they were fairly straightforward. Like, I got one SATA, and I got one Molex chain for older CD-ROMs and stuff, and just the CPU power and the PCIe. And I have tested it. It does come up, but this one also seems to be a bit unstable, like that 600 watt one. If I turn it on, and let me short the power pins, that's immediately a problem. Fan's running at full speed, so that video card is unhappy about something. So let me try and put it on the motherboard. Let's see. There's it. Oh, there we go. So that's working. Video card not. So let's shut it off and try it again. Let's take this out of here. Give it a few wiggles just in case. Maybe bad connection. Nope, it's still unhappy. So, but debugging this video card's not the point. That video card's been kind of flaky lately. But anyway, so this all in all probably took about 10 hours to do to get this far. So I'd much rather spend my time learning how to crimp connectors, because that's a useful skill, than give Thermaltake any more of my money. But here are the old microfit connectors that were on the wires. You just use an X-Acto blade and cut them flush so you can get as much reusable wire as possible. But even though this is an 850 watt power supply, I don't trust it as far as I can throw it. You know, I mean, if they have such bad quality control that they can't send the right cables, and they're missing rails from the ATX connector, and the 600 watt power supply I got just flaking out, that I don't trust it on anything that I care about. So it's just going to be used as a bench power supply for testing old junk, and not what it was originally intended for, which was my new workstation. I was building a 7950X3D workstation, but I don't want this touching my workstation ever. So that's about it. So yeah, Thermaltake is a terrible company. Don't buy their products, and just stay away from them. Go with Corsair or EVGA or literally anyone else.